Hello again, we are back with the second part of the sample paper 3. Just a quick reminder, you can find this on our website. If you go onto exams in maths, you will find the recording there, as well as on our YouTube channel in the portfolio. We have a number of sample papers completed previously. Also, do not forget that we offer funded courses, and if you're not eligible for the funded courses provided, you can definitely move on to the private course. There's a lot of information about what it involves, the learning that you have to do. For private, you'd have to do it from home and then come in and sit the exam. For the funded program, you'd have to attend the center, do the learning, complete it, sit a mock paper, and so on. And if you go into exams, where we are right now, you can find all the information necessary for your exam preparation, as well as the sample papers. If you would like to contact us to find out a bit more, our phone number is here, as well as our email address. You can contact us either way, as well as through the inquire button there. We will go back to the sample paper online. As I said in the first part of this sample in the video, that this is made for educational purposes for Intech Centre customers and learners, and is not affiliated in no way with City and Guilds. Therefore, we cannot guarantee that the answers provided are 100% correct. So, going back to the sample paper, we've completed, as you can see here, the first part of the sample paper. The sample paper itself has 3 main questions, 3 scenarios, and in each scenario, as you can see here, there are 3 sub-questions. Here's the scenario itself. It's telling us that this is about a holiday in Sweden. There are 25 marks again available for this task, and make sure you check your work as you go along. In this task, we have to work out the exchange rates, flight times, and the route for the sightseeing trip. I will click next so that we can move on to the first question. Question 1A has 4 marks, and this is that you and your friend will meet in Sweden for a holiday. You will travel from the UK, and your friend will travel from the USA. You both need to exchange money into Swedish Krona. The exchange rate for British pound is given below. You will take each 8,500 Swedish krona. We have to work out how much money you need to exchange in pounds and how much money your friend will need to exchange in dollars. Okay, let's start by converting the Swedish krona to pounds. For this, we know that 1 pound equals to 10.68 Swedish krona. Therefore, we are going to do 8,500 divided by 10.68. We will use the calculator to find out how many pounds this is. Divided by 10.68. And this will be 795.88. 795.88 pounds. Perfect. Now the next one is converting Swedish krona to US dollars. For this one, we have 8,000 again, 500 multiplied by, let's move the calculator aside, 0.12. 8,500 times 0.12, and we will have $1,020. As the Swedish krona is bigger than the dollar, or you will get less dollars. Actually, for every 1 Swedish krona, you'll get 0.12 US dollars. This is telling us that you will get less US dollars even though you have more Swedish krona. So in this case, this is why you have to times the 0.12 US dollars with the 8,500 to find out how much that will be in dollars. As 1 pound gives you 10.68 Swedish krona, we had to divide the Swedish krona to 10.68 Swedish krona. So we divided the Swedish krona itself to how much it represents in pounds to find out how many hundreds of pounds that would be. Alright, so with this we are done. We can move on to the next question. Question 1b has 4 marks. You will meet your friend at Gothenburg Airport. Your friend will be traveling from New York. There is a time difference between New York and Gothenburg. You find a web page that shows the time difference. You have to work out the time difference between New York and Gothenburg. Here we know that it's 8 o'clock in New York, when in London it's 1 o'clock, and Gothenburg too. We have to find the time difference between New York and Gothenburg. So it's 8 a.m. in New York, and in Gothenburg it's 2 o'clock. Okay. If you do 14 hours minus 8 hours, you will get a time difference of 6 hours. So the time difference is 6 hours. Don't forget to put the units. Your friend's flight leaves New York at 3:30 p.m. The flight takes 9 hours and 30 minutes to get to Gothenburg. Work out what time the flight will land in Gothenburg. We can continue with our calculation here. So in New York, the time is 15:30. Okay. It takes 9 hours to get to Gothenburg. Gothenburg. First, we have to find out what time would it be in Gothenburg when the flight leaves from New York. So New York time is 3:30. What would the time be in Gothenburg when the flight should take off? If we add the 6 hour difference, we will get 15:30 plus 0.6, and then we will get let's use this. So you can make a note however you like, however you like to calculate this, you can do so. If we do 15 plus 6, we'll get 21. So we have 21 hours and 30 minutes. So it's 9:30 p.m. when the flight is leaving from New York in Gothenburg. Now the flight itself will take 9 hours and 30 minutes. So based on the time we just found out that it is at the time of New York, which is 9:30, we can add the 9 hours and 30 minutes. So what we do now, we do 21 hours and 30 minutes plus the 9 hours and 30 minutes. And then we will get 7 a.m. Or you could write it the same we did before, just like so. So this will be 07 a.m. or you can just write 7 a.m. however you prefer. Okay, now we can move on to the next question. It says that you and your friend will go on a sightseeing trip in the city. You plan a route to start and finish at the hotel. You want to visit the city park, a Viking boat and fish market, and to go to the cafe for a meal. This is a scale map of the city. We have here the scale that 2 squares, 2 boxes, or 2 centimeters, however you want to look at it on the diagram, is the equivalent of 200 meters. If it helps you, you can just write it here. 2 centimeters equals to 200 meters. Now, from the hotel, we have an option here, a drop-down box, where we can go to the city park, fish market, Viking boat or cafe. We could go to the cafe because it's the morning. Whichever one is fine. So we have 200, 400, 500 meters. Okay, don't forget to put the units of measure if they don't come up next to distance. Second one, we have from the cafe to fish market. We have 200, 400, 600, 700 meters. Or you can look at it that 2 boxes 200, 1 box will be 100 meters, half of it. And you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 100, 700. Same thing for the next one, from fish market to Viking boat, why not? And we have 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000, 1100. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 times 100, we will have 1100 meters. Now, from the Viking boat, we have the option to go to City Park, because we are trying to cover most of the map of the city with its attractions. 200, 400, 600, 1000, 200, 400, 600, 700. So 1700 meters. Or as I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So we have 1500 meters. Make sure you check your work because you can easily make mistakes. Here I counted 2, 4, 6, 8, but I counted 10 because I was rushing. Try not to do that, yeah? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So we have 1500 meters. Now from City Park to hotel, we will have 200, 400, 600, 800. We are picking the shorter route rather than going all the way back. That would take a bit too long. And then we have to find the total distance of route in kilometers. Now we can add them all here. We have 500 plus 700 plus 1100 plus 1500 plus 800 meters. Now if we use the calculator, I can just put it there. 1500 and then 800. This is in meters, right? And then we divide by 1000 to get in kilometers. Divided by 1000 will give us 4.6 kilometers. You don't have to put the unit there as long as you have it there. They've already put this down for us. Question 2b, you need to show a check of how you use the scale in question 2a. Explain how you know that one of your answers is correct. We have to figure out first which check we are going to pick. Right. We know that 2 squares equals to 200 meters. We can pick whichever. We can go for the last one, for example. It will be easier to explain because we have an even amount of squares. So we have fourth to finish, as it says there, fourth finish. And we pick that one, so we have 2 squares equal to 200 meters. And then 8 squares, because that's how many we have from 4 to finish, if we count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 squares equal to 800 meters. And this is how I get 2 more marks in your exam. Question 2C has 4 marks, and we need to know how long it'll take to walk the route. A typical person can walk at a pace of 5 kilometers per hour. So we know that in an hour we have 60 minutes, and we're just putting this down, that in 60 minutes they can walk 5 kilometers. Knowing the distance they will cover from the previous question, we can then find out how long it will take them to cover this distance. So I will start by dividing 60 to 5 to find out how long it will take per kilometer to travel. So how many minutes will it take per kilometer? So the divided amount of time to the 5 kilometers distance that can be walked in an hour, and we will get 12. Make sure you use the calculator to avoid any mistakes. So we have 12 minutes per kilometer. Okay, now we know we have 500 meters, therefore we'll have to divide so that we can convert it to kilometers. So we will have 0.5 kilometers from hotel to first place. We have 0.5 times 12 minutes. It will be half, so that will be 6 minutes. That's how long it will take to travel from hotel to first place. The next one, we have 700 meters. The same idea applies. We would divide the 700 by 1000, and we will get 0.7. And that is again kilometers. 0.7 times 12. Let's see how many minutes that will take. 0.7 times 12. It will take 8.4 minutes. And they are saying that we have to round your answers to the nearest minute. So we could put it to 8 because it's under 5. Therefore, it will be 8 minutes. Next one is second place to third place. We have 1100, which is 1.1 kilometers, times 12. We have 13.2 minutes. So we'll go straight by doing 1.1 times 12 equals to 13.2 minutes. And we'll round it down again. We have 13 minutes. Okay. Also, just so you know, you will only lose a mark if you don't round the times to the nearest minute. But at least they have to be correct. Make sure your answers are correct, even if you forgot to round them. Next question. Next distance is 1500. Again, we would do 1500 divided by 1000, we would get 1.5 times 12. We will get 1.5 times 12, 18 minutes. And then from the fourth place back to hotel, I remember we were having 800 meters, which becomes 0.8 kilometers times 12. It will give you 0.8 times 12. It will be 9.6 minutes. That will be rounded up in this case because it's over 5. 10 minutes. We don't have to put minutes next to it because it's already at the top. Now we will make a note of this. We advise you to do the same thing so that you don't have to go back and forth as I've previously said. So we have 6, 8, 13, 18, 10. Okay, did we have to make a note of the measurements? No. So they only need the amount of time spent. Again, they're asking us to draw a table. I'm sure we'll need more than 2 boxes, so make it as big as you think you will need it. It's better to have more space, otherwise if you change it while you've started writing, you will get duplicates. Alright, so let's start with the table. We have to structure the table. They want us to start the sightseeing trip at 10 a.m. You will stay 45 minutes at each place you visit. You will allow 1 hour and a half for your meal at the cafe. Make a timetable to show your arrival and departure times for each place you will visit and the time you arrive back at the hotel. So we start the sightseeing trip. At 10 a.m. We will walk. Okay, don't forget to put from hotel. Start sightseeing from the hotel. You can maximize this so that all your writing can be seen. So from the hotel to the cafe, we said it will take 6 minutes. So at 10:06 you will be at the cafe, and then you will stay 45 minutes there. So leave the cafe at 45 minutes. It should be 10:45, 10:51. So you add the 45 minutes to 06 to find out what time you'll be leaving. Actually, hold on, it says we stay for an hour and a half for the meal. So we actually have 11:30, 11:36. You'll be leaving the cafe. From there, you will make your way to the fish market. That will take 8 minutes. So it's 11:36 when you leave the cafe. With 8 minutes to get to the fish market, it will be 11:44 again a.m. Then you will stay there 45 minutes. leave fish market actually at 44 plus 45. So when you deal with hours, you have 60 minutes in an hour. You can take away the 44 minutes and you find out how long it will take for you to make the complete hour. So 16 minutes it will be until we can make it 12 p.m. So we have 45 minutes out of our 45 minute stay. So 45 minus the 16 to make it 12. Noon is gonna be 29 minutes left. Therefore, it will be 12:29 when you will be leaving the fish market. From the fish market, the next stop will be a Viking boat. Which again, it will take 45 minutes to stay at, but to get there, it will take us 13 minutes. So 29 plus the 13 minutes, it will be 12:42 once you reach Viking boat. Here you could put arrive. Arrive at cafe. Arrive at fish market. And then arrive at Viking boat. And then we'll be again staying 45 minutes. So we'll do the same procedure. 60 minus 42. There will be 18 minutes until it will be 1 p.m. 45 minus 18. We'll get 1:27. We'll be leaving the Viking boat. From there, we'll be going to the city park. And we'll need another row. Blank row, perfect. So we have city park. 1:27 we have to leave Viking boat. From there we go to city park, as I said, and it will take us 18 minutes to get to city park. So 27 plus 18, it will be 1:45 by the time we get to city park. Again, we'll be staying 45 minutes, as I've just said, and we will add that to our times. So from 45 to a whole hour, 2 o'clock, we'll have 15 minutes. Out of 45 will be 30 minutes left. Therefore, we'll leave city park at 2:30 p.m. From city park, we'll be going back to the hotel. And it will take us 10 minutes to get to the hotel. So the time will be 14:40 p.m. So 20 to 3. We'll leave. We don't have to leave anywhere. We go to the hotel. We don't have to go anywhere else now. And this is this